What's happening, everybody? So it's Wednesday, and as usual, I am back with the podcast preview. So you may be asking, why am I outside in the rain? One, I'm a diehard bibliophile, and two, I try to live what I preach a little bit, which is be in the elements, you guys. Don't be afraid of the rain. Don't be afraid of the cold. Go outside. It's good for you, regardless of what anyone tells you. So, in any case, the episode tomorrow is about psychedelics as personalities. And this is an idea that I came across in Chinese medicine and that has been echoed through a number of my friends and colleagues who are in this line of work or who have ties to shamanism. And the basic idea is this: if we look at plants as personalities and we use that metaphor and we actually think of it that way and embody that process, we start to have a different relationship with plants. And this is very important in the context of psychedelics, because if we think of these plants as personalities and we think of it in this way, then we think of it sort of like a romantic partnership or a friendship or any other social dynamic where the basis of a good, healthy relationship is give and take. There's a reciprocal energy of forward and back. Conversations, good, healthy conversations, are someone talking, someone listening, integrating, receiving what is said, and then responding and formulating thoughts to that. So there's a natural give and take that happens when we consider this idea. And that's the way we want to think about psychedelics. And we want to think about like this idea, we want to think of it like that in relation to other plants as well. So that's true with cannabis, that's true with dandelion root, that's true with milk thistle, that's true with burdock root. Any plant, we want to look at how it behaves in its ecosystem, what it does and the function it fulfills. And then, once we understand that, have a basic framework, we want to think of psychedelic journeys as a shared space. We want to think of it as something we're going into, discoursing with something, and reciprocating some of our energy. And part of that process is also allowing ourselves to open up and actually give a piece of ourselves to the process. So what does that look like in real time? In short, being vulnerable and authentic prior to entry. So if we decide to use psychedelics as a medicinal tool to navigate some of our shittier life terrain or even some of the great life terrain, the thing we want to think about is this idea. We want to have this in place so that we can process and benefit from the plant substances, but not just take from them. We have to invest a piece of ourselves. We have to be vulnerable. We have to be honest with ourselves. And I think if we do that, we set the stage for a better trip, for one, and two, it builds in reverence into the process, which is really at the crux, I think, of psychedelic use. We don't want to use this haphazardly. We don't want to have people, we don't want to get into the trend of hanging out with people in the context of psychedelic journeys where we are essentially just using it recreationally just to get fucked up, basically, to be blunt. That's not what it's about. There should be a reverence in the process. There should be an attentiveness. We should go in intentionally. And if we can conceptualize plants as personalities and understand that they have a behavior and that if we're going to hang out with them, we should pay attention to their rhythms, which is why I always encourage multiple journeys with mushrooms or any other psychedelic substance, as long as you have a proper guide and support in the process. So tomorrow's episode is about that. It's about 30 minutes long. If you guys are interested, please check it out. And if you guys are looking for consultation in plant medicines that are non-psychedelic, like adaptogens, the use of ginseng, rhodiola, ashwagandha, I work with a lot of people around this topic. And during the winter season, when our immune system crashes, this is a great time to reach out. And people have been calling me just recently for quite a bit for this reason. So if you are feeling under the weather or you don't want to get sick and you're looking to perform and stay upbeat and on point with your family during the holidays, feel free to reach out. Thanks so much, you guys. Take care.